What's up everybody, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing a movie review on John Carpenter's They Live. Now, I actually wanted to watch this movie because of a YouTube clip that I saw. I saw a YouTube clip of this movie, I watched it, and from the YouTube clip the movie looked really good, so I decided not to watch the other YouTube clips of this movie that were online, and I decided to just watch the movie in its full length on its own. And boy, oh boy, was I disappointed. When I finally found a way to watch the movie on Peacock, and I saw that it was by John Carpenter, that got me even more excited about this movie. I thought that it had a really good storyline just based off of what I had seen in the one YouTube clip, and then also after learning that John Carpenter is the one who made it, and seeing as how he is the maker of The Thing, which is, in my opinion, one of the best horror movies ever made, I was really excited to watch this movie. And with all that being said, I was extremely disappointed in it. It was probably one of the worst movies that I've seen this year. That being said, I haven't seen that many movies, but it was definitely pretty bad. It was not a good movie at all, and especially since I had such high expectations, it made it burn even more because I wanted this to be a good movie. I thought that the idea of having aliens living among us in a society and like they're the ones controlling everything, they're the ones that are creating money, they're the ones controlling the way that society works. I thought that it was a really good idea, and it definitely got me interested in watching the movie. That's why I searched it up in the first place, was simply because of the idea. Also, seeing a human uncover this big giant secret, it's just a really cool concept for a movie, and honestly, after seeing it, it still is a cool concept, and I would still like to see a movie that actually does it correctly and does it well. But I mean, that being said, it was just very poorly executed. The storyline of this movie is a guy that finds some glasses that allows him to see the truth. Whenever he puts on the glasses and then looks at somebody, he either sees that they are a true human being like him, or they are an alien who is disguised as a human being. He also looks at advertisements and money and sees that they are just subliminal messages created by these aliens, and I thought that that was a pretty cool concept as well. But even with such a cool concept for a movie, it was still terrible. And one of the reasons why it was terrible is because this movie is only an hour and 36 minutes long, but it took about halfway through the movie, it took like 50 minutes for him to actually find and put on the glasses and finally see the aliens, which is a really long time, when you have such a short runtime for a movie. It just took way too long. There was so much in the beginning that could have just been cut out. I mean, there was so much of him just wandering around, walking around, doing absolutely nothing. The main character had a very few amount of lines, which normally would be something that I don't really mind because I myself am kind of a quiet person, and I don't really like people talking all the time. I wouldn't want a main character who's constantly babbling and super annoying, but I think that the reason why he didn't have very many lines is because he's a really bad actor as well. The acting in this movie was terrible, the pacing was terrible. There was a fight scene that went on for like 10 straight minutes, and it was just a fight scene between the main character and his friend, I guess you could call him. The main guy wanted his friends to put on the glasses, and when he refused, the main character proceeded to get in a fist fight with him for like 10 minutes, and it just kept on going on and on. And as soon as you thought the fight was over, he came back, like the music even died down and everything, but he just walked up to him and then he throws another gut punch, or he punches him in the face again, and it's just like, come on, dude, and this happens 2 or 3 times in this one fight scene. It was just so bad. Spoiler alert coming up. When his friend eventually dies, towards the end of the movie, it just like nobody even cares. It got no emotional reaction or response out of me or out of anybody that I was watching it with. Also, the guy destroyed the aliens' disguise machine thing that was keeping them a secret from the rest of the world. He destroyed it with this tiny little pistol that probably wouldn't even kill a human if you shot them with it. It just like got rid of all of the aliens' disguises all over the world. I feel like that's a major plot hole. It doesn't make any sense at all. Why they would have one thing that controlled all of their disguises, and why it's on top of a roof, and why it could be destroyed with a tiny little pea shooter pistol. It was just so stupid. It didn't make any sense at all. There were a lot of things in this movie that didn't really make any sense at all. The decision making was weird. The way that the story progressed was weird. It was all just really weird. The love interest was dumb and useless. I didn't care at all about the love interest either. I didn't care at all about the main character. I didn't care about almost anything in this movie except for the concept of it, and that was the only good thing about it. Honestly, it has a ton of wasted potential. It would be pretty cool to see some type of a remake of this movie. Maybe not have the guy have glasses that can see the truth either, because that's a little bit corny, but it'd be nice to see a remake of this movie and have the concept actually be explored and done well this time. But yeah, this was a really bad movie. I'm going to give it a D minus. It's definitely something to sneeze at. So, if you were thinking about watching this movie because it was made by John Carpenter and you liked The Thing, I would recommend that you just watch the YouTube clips instead. This was a bad movie. I'm not going to watch it again, but I still really like the idea of it. So, that's the one positive of it. That's why it doesn't get an F. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching this video. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.